Hey guys, what is up? It is Will_Havoc here from PSK Craft. And today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you some Cinema 4D knowledge. I'm using Cinema 4D R13. There is a new version out, but I'm just sticking with the old one because that's what I know how to use. So if you have any questions throughout the video, feel free to comment them below. So here's a bit of an example of what we will be making, and obviously you don't have to do this, you can change it, but that's all it does. So what I'm basically going to teach you in this video is how to get the background and all this, and upload your world that you want in to Cinema 4D. Add some flares, add some camera movements like that, and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and X out of this. So what you're gonna want to first do is I'm gonna go to my desktop real quick, and I will put a link in the description to the Mineways download, and you're gonna want to download this. No, it is not a virus. It is trustworthy. I know a ton of people use it for this, and so you're gonna, once you download it, you'll get a few different. You'll get like a folder. You need WinRAR, and you'll just like export it, I think. And so you'll get all these different things like texture packs for Cinema 4D and for Minecraft and all that stuff. So like there's all these different ones, but obviously you're gonna have to upgrade. I'm not gonna show you how to do that in this video because I'm just gonna stay with the regular one. So what you're gonna want to do is open Mineways once you download it, and I guess that's gonna that won't pop up for you, and maybe it will, but you can ignore it. It's just saying that some of the worlds aren't necessarily updated for so go to File, go to Open World, and choose the world you would like to play on, or do whatever. Upload to Cinema 4D. So maybe I will do the super flat desert, because that is like the only kind of good world that I have. So this is all it'll only load the places that you've been, I believe, but don't count me on that. So this is, go ahead and find the place where you want to like be, so like to have in Cinema 4D. So I'm gonna use these pyramids, and you'll see what I mean in Cinema 4D. But once you find where you want, or you can just do grass, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this as an example. So you're gonna right click and drag, and I'm gonna click OK to that. You can go ahead and click OK. It'll probably tell you that too. So the max height is how far down, like how high up you're taking your world. So if like I had it right now, it'd be cutting off at the pyramid. So make sure it's like none of it's cutting off. Like as you can see here, like I don't want it cutting off my stuff, so I'm gonna put it up there. So that's good for me. And then the lower depth. This is, so right now like I have nothing highlighted, so you want to make sure that you have everything in your world highlighted. So I'm going to just go ahead and put it at 0. And sometimes with water, you might as well just put it at 0 anyway. It doesn't really matter, because water, sometimes if you don't put it at the lowest point, and you just, I'm in a super flat world, so it's not going to affect me, but it will like cut off half the water, so you'll have like floating water, and it looks a little weird. So I just go ahead and do it 0 every time. And then once you're finished, click File and click Export for rendering, or Control R, and keep this so it says Wavefront OBJ Absolute, and so keep that and name it whatever you would like. So I'm just gonna save it as PSK. And I'll just save it in my animation folder, I guess. So go ahead and save that. Ignore all of this. Just click OK. And don't worry about it. And it'll load down here and all that stuff. So I'll X out so I can reopen it. And make sure it's wherever you saved it. and then go ahead and X out of Mineways. So what I'm gonna do is, you don't need to do this. I'm just doing this real quick for the sake of the video. So I'm going to drag. Oh, you're gonna get you're gonna get PSK, MTL, OBJ, Alpha, RBG, and RGB and RGBA. So I'm just gonna drag those onto my desktop just so you can see them. So it will be easier, hopefully. Whoa. So yeah. And then go ahead and open Cinema 4D. So I already have it open, and you're gonna want to like minimize it, and find the OBJ file, and you're just gonna go ahead and drag it right into this perspective screen area. And this, if you do Minecraft animations or you're just getting into it, if you want, go ahead and ignore this. But this is 1,000 for me because that's the character I use. Like, that's the size of mine and stuff like that. So you'll understand if you like really go into animation and stuff like that. So here we go. I have all my world in there right now, but you're probably thinking, well, there's nothing to it. It's just all gray. Yes, well, we're going to fix that. So double click on the first material down here, and I'm going to make this full screen so it's easier for you guys. So yes, double click on the first material so you get the material editor, and then hold shift down and click on bedrock. So shift click bedrock so it highlights all of these, and keep this up. So now what you're going to want to do is unclick specular, because specular just doesn't look very good for Minecraft stuff. It's just not the best. So yeah, I usually just unclick it just cause. And then go to color and click these dots here, and go to where you saved that thing. So mine's right here, these files, and yeah, and you're gonna find the RGB file and double click on that. Do not click on the RGBA, click on the RGB. Okay, and click open, and then there you go. That's all the textures. Just kidding. Then you're gonna want to go to alpha and check mark that, and then click on the 3 dots again, and then find where you saved it again, and this time you're gonna click on the RGBA. Okay, click open. Okay, and oh, forgot one step. Go ahead and go back to color, and since you changed that material, go to sampling and click none, and then go back to alpha and go to sampling and go to none. So it'll change it a little bit. It won't be like blurry. And yeah, so as you can see, that alpha file that we had, that's pretty much what that turned it into. So once you're finished with that, you're gonna X out of the material editor, and you have your Minecraft world. And just a quick tip for beginner Cinema 4D users: if to move around in Cinema 4D, I had a struggle when I first got started. I'd only know how to use the scroll button. It was really annoying. So this button just switches the views, as you can see, but I don't really worry about that. So if you click on that, just have a mouse and press down the scroll button, go back, but you don't really need to worry about that. This is to move back and forth. This is to move in and out, zoom in, zoom out, and this is just to move the screen. So you should, like, I made this all sandstone, so my thing is all bedrock, as you can see here. And since it was a super flat world, so all my materials should be in there. And so let me check real quick. I have stuff inside the pyramid here, and yeah, it looks like everything was good. So that is nice. And so I will just scroll out here so you guys can get a view. So if you were to render this out right now, it wouldn't look the best. I'm gonna render it out. That's what it would look like rendered out. So there's no shadows. That's just your basic world right there. And so now you're gonna want to for the sun, or actually we'll do a sky first. So instead of the background just being black, we'll make it like a nice light blue or something like that. So you're gonna want to click the arrow down here, right here, and click on sky. And some people like the physical sky, but that's really up to you. I like the sky because I think it looks better. That's just my preference though. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can see it. And you're going to click off from the materials, and hold on, and then you're gonna want to double click the space down here, go to file or create new material, and double click the new material, unclick specular, go to color, and go to the texture thing like we did before, but instead of clicking the 3 dots, you're gonna click on the arrow here, and you're gonna click gradient, and then don't press this button again. Go ahead and press the button, the gradient button, and it'll bring up the screen. And go to the type, and go from T or 2D -U and change that to a V, so it's vertical instead of whatever sideways. It's vertical now. And then don't mess with this stuff. And then go see the black down here. You're gonna wanna that right there. You're gonna wanna double click right there, and you're gonna wanna make it like a white, or actually I'm gonna make it like a really light blue color for my sky. So that's probably good, like really light. And then go to the white, and go to a good blue color. So that's really green. It's probably a good. There we go. And I will make that a little darker just because my preference. Here we go. Okay, and once you're done with that, make sure that it's checked and everything else is unchecked, and then X out of it. And you're going to want to select sky. Just click on it so it's orange, and click on the material and drag it onto the gray area. And now you have a sky. So if we were to render it out again, now we have a light blue kind of shade, which is nice. And so as you can kind of see, it's like white in some areas and blue, and it kind of changes. The next thing I'm going to show you how to do is add some lighting effects. So we got some shadow, stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of change the view here because I'm going to put the light over here, so I don't want to be in a weird scene. So go to this light bulb and click the arrow down there, or you can always go to create, or never mind, just forget everything that I just said, and just go to the light bulb and click the arrow and click infinite light, and everything probably went black for you. So you're going to want to drag it above and you use the arrows, the greens up and down, the blues sideways, and left and right. And you get the point. Red is like forward and back. So I'm going to lift this up, and you're probably thinking, well, it's still black. Shouldn't it be like lighting this up? Yes, it should. And I'm going to, oh, wow, this is really off-centered. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So, yes. What you're going to want to do is up here by these things, there's like a plus sign kind of thing. You're going to want to click these circles, like a cycle sign almost, I don't know. And you're going to want to turn it so that is the way that, here. There's see that orange dot there? That is where the light is. So we're going to want to use the green and change which way it faces. Whoops. And I'm going to face it down. There we go. So I'd say that's about good. And yeah, I'd say I want it kind of like facing the pyramids in a way. So that's probably good. So again, if I were to render it out, and it looks a little weird probably on your screen and my screen too because of like how the lighting is. If I render it out, then it will render out nicely. So like not too nicely because we're not done yet, but yeah. So we got a little bit of shadow. And so go ahead and click on light, and in Minecraft, if you really pay attention to lighting, which most of people don't, it's kind of like a bright orange, like a really like light orange. So I'm gonna change it to an orange color because it makes it look a lot more realistic. And if this ever annoys you, because sometimes if I'm ever making a long animation, it kind of annoys me after a while, just seeing this oranginess, then there should be a check mark here because you want that checked, or else it won't work. And there are gonna be 2 dots. Click the top dot and change it so it's red, and it'll like click it twice, and it'll go away. So I'll just do that just so you guys can, just so it maybe not bug you or whatever. And when click on light again, just in case you clicked off of it. And then you're going to want to go down to shadow, and it should say none, and change that to either soft or hard. I like hard, but it's really your preference, whatever you like. And that should be it for right now. If you want to ever change the shadow color, go to the shadow category, obviously, all that. And yeah, that is that. Oh, one thing I forgot. If I go to, if you ever want well, actually, I'll show you in a minute. So if I render this out, you're gonna see shadows, but it looks really bad, like really bad, like right now. Doesn't look realistic at all. It looks really bad, and it looks like all blurry, and yeah. Like, that looks really bad. I don't know about you, but that would look bad to me. So, you're going to want to, when you render it out, the render button up here, it's just the action thing or whatever. And with the square, that's what you click to render. That's what I've been doing. And then just click to get out of it. But go over to the setting one with the gear and click that. And we're gonna edit some render settings. So the width for YouTube, if you ever make an animation, is 1280 by 720, and I'm just gonna leave that because we're not doing cameras yet. Go to save, and if you want to save it as a picture or whatever, it's up to you, but I'm gonna save it as a QuickTime movie at the end here, and I'll go X out of that and go to options. If you don't have QuickTime installed, you can make an AVI, but it's not the best. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but you should have QuickTime Movie, and change it to 30 frames per second, quality best depth, and click OK. And so you're going to want to, and then go to anti-aliasing, and change it from geometry to best, and leave that. And then go to effect down here, right above my render settings. Go to effect and click on ambient occlusion, and leave that. And click on global illumination, and you can leave all of this stuff. So if I were in it automatically saved, so if I were to X out of it and I were to render now, it will take a little bit longer, as you can see here, and it will look a heck of a ton nicer. And it may take a long time for your thing to render, depending on what you're doing. That's just what happens to make it really good looking. It's like mine's taking a while, and I'm going to show you a step right after this renders to little like fast forward that almost, I don't know, just to make it easier for you guys if you're not trying to make like a super high-tech type of animation, but as you can see, it's coming out really well. And like the shadows in the background, like you can see once it renders that it'll get like darker and lighter as it goes in. Yeah, like you can see the shadows here, so that looks really nice. So I'm not probably gonna let the whole thing render out because that'll take a minute, but yeah, so that's what this does. So now it looks HD and it looks super nice, especially if you have like a nice biome. And I'm gonna turn this on, and then I'm hold on one sec. So I'm gonna turn that on just so you guys can see what it looks like with the orange sun. But quick tip for speeding up the rendering, if you don't want a super HD thing or good looking square thing, what anti-aliasing does is kind of like a calculator. It makes all the squares like perfect squares, and if you don't have it on like best, then it won't always look the best for Minecraft stuff. But like for my intro, I didn't have it on best because that would take forever, and mine took 3 days to render anyway because I had 780 frames. So if you ever want to speed up the rendering, go ahead and change that to none, and it doesn't really affect it that much. You can kind of tell the difference, but I mean, if you make a really good animation, then it won't matter. So I'm gonna render it again, and we will. Hopefully, it'll speed up the rendering time just a little bit this time, and with the orange sun, it'll look really nice. So the next thing I'm gonna talk while this renders. So the next thing I'm gonna show you guys is the solar flare with the light. So you like in my video that you saw, there's that flare, and I'm not gonna pull it up again. Wow, this isn't really speeding. Well, it's speeding it up a lot now, but if you, yeah, and obviously my sun isn't very orange, so maybe I'll change that a little bit. But there we go. It's like super orange now. There was a solar flare, and it's kind of like the sun in a way. So like if you make an animation, then you can have it in there, or like it'll like you can have it make it look more realistic because it looks like there's a sun in there, or like in some pictures they have solar flares in there because it looks a lot better. Just stuff like that. And then after that, Norton. Oh gosh, Norton. And then after that, I will go ahead and show you the, yeah, there, it's a little oranger now. I don't want it like dark orange, that would be bad. But, yeah, so I think that looks super nice. And that's just, I hope you guys do too, because you've accomplished a lot. If you're a beginner Cinema 4D person, this is the beginning of making animations, and the rest of it isn't that hard. I got the hang of it in like 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, so that's the render. And I'm going to turn it back off just so you can see. So, what do you have selected? Oh, that's right, light, okay. So, I'm going to change the light. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to show you the solar flare. Totally. I went blank there. Okay. So, I'm going to zoom out here. And, what I'm going to do, you're going to want to select a light. Select a light, I know. And it should still be on the circle. Go ahead and go back and click the plus sign. And then you're going to want to move it to wherever you want your solar flare, and it will not affect the light if you just move it. So say I want it right there, and whoa, that's way far over there. Huh. Hold on. That's the only bad thing, is that once you tilt it, you gotta find a way to there we go. That's probably good. I'm not gonna make it perfect for the sake of time, but I will have it right there. Actually, you know what I will do? I will make it right behind the pyramid just to look cool. Just because I'm a tryhard like that, I'll make it right there. Okay. So now with your light, wherever you have it, you're going to want to click on it again and go to lens. And you have nothing right now. It should have everything off. And so you're going to want to go to glow and change it to whatever you would like. So these are, and it'll show what it looks like right there, like what it'll look like in the render. So I usually like where is it? I kind of like Sun 1, but I don't really like Sun 2 that much. What is it? Is it Star? No, I gotta find the one that I like. But yeah, you can choose it just depending on what you like. Yeah. Find mine, cause yeah. Ugh. And so if I ever find it, can I just go down? No, I can't. Dang it. Darn it. I'll just choose Sun 1, or is it? Yeah, I'll just choose Sun 1 for the sake of the time. And so you can change the brightness of the light. Like I might, sorry. I'm gonna change mine I'm gonna actually leave it at 1. No, I'll change it to like 150. And you can really leave all of this stuff. Oh, never mind. Forget what I just said. So then the reflexes are these things. So I don't like the one right now. So like you can change it if you want to the different ones. Like I kind of like star 3 right now. Actually, I kind of like star 3. So I'm gonna keep it at star 3. I'm gonna change the brightness up a little bit. So yeah, actually, I cannot decide today. I don't know what my deal is. Nope. Maybe I'll just, yeah. But find the one that you like. Maybe it's the default. No, the default looks dumb. Dumba. The default looks dumb. Okay. I will actually leave it inactive because I can't find one that I like today. I don't know why. Wait. Am I wrong? Yeah, I don't like any of them. So I'll leave it inactive. But that is that. I guess that's the solar flare. Pretty much. So if I render it out right now, it'll be right there. And once it starts rendering, I know I spent like 3 minutes trying to decide what mine looks like. But you gotta make it perfect, dude. Perfectionist. So yeah, and it won't load right away. It loads at the very end. So like, this looks really good right now. I don't know about you guys, but like this looks super realistic to Minecraft. There you go. That's the solar flare. That's really bright. So I'm gonna turn it down just a bit. But that is the solar flare for you guys. So I'll turn it down to like 50%. That's probably good. Okay. So now let's move on to camera movements. So right now I just have it like sitting here Like if you click the render button, it's just gonna render it like this and not do anything. And I'm not gonna show you how to make a Steve character or any mobs or blocks or anything, because I'm not going to. I'm not the best at making those, so yeah. But I'm gonna use one that I already made, and I'm going to show you. So yeah, that looks better. So like yeah, it just shows up like this right now. So if I wanted to, I would make a person walking out right here. So what I would do is to have a camera movement. So obviously you'd want your character in here, but I'm just gonna move the camera. So you're gonna want to go up to the camera and make sure you're at, this is the frame button. So right now, if I go up to 90 frames, nothing's gonna happen. So go to 0 frames, make sure you're there, or just click this and click on the camera button and go to camera. Okay, and this means when it's lit up with white, that means you are the camera right now. So you, like, the camera's exactly looking at what you are looking at. And if it's not, then then you're not the camera, and you can move around and the camera won't follow you. So when you're white, the camera follows you. So right now, this is a keyframe. It's kind of confusing at first, but you'll understand it really quickly. So this makes automatic keyframes. So like if I click this, then you want to make it where you want it at the beginning of the video. Go to 0 and click on make it so it's white, and go to where you want it at the beginning of the video, and then click this key down here, and it should make like a dot or like a thing under there. Then, since you're 30 frames per second, if you're ever making an animation, every 30 frames is 1 second. Like, you set that, and you can change that. If you go to the save, you can change the frames per second, but mine's 30. So like, if I really wanted it, I'll make it in 2 seconds. It'll go out here, and it will show it like this. How about that? How about that? And it will show the solar flare. So that it'll just do that. So then go to the next frame and make sure you have white, and go to wherever you want, and then click the keyframe again. So, and then the camera will automatically move for you over time. So over time, it goes from there to there. So if I click the play button here, it'll go from like that, and that's all it'll do. Oh, sorry, I had to mess with my mic real quick. So that is that. That is camera movement. So pretty much you can make as many keyframes as you want if you really wanted to. So like, you'd go to the next spot on here that you'd want a frames like 90, and I'd go I'd just unclick this just cause, and then say I wanted it like over here, I don't know, like someplace really random. Maybe I wanted it like come over here and there was like a slave working or like a guy working because it's like the pyramids or something. I don't know. But you could do that if you wanted to. So I'm just going to go back here and go to 0 and click this, and it'll put me back at the camera. So that is camera movement. And what was I going to do? I got to think for a second. Oh, okay, and then here's something else. So, and this may be wrong. Maybe I'm totally off here. Hold on. Is it this? Isn't this? Let me see. No, never mind. So that is, I'm just gonna delete and don't worry what I just did. So that is pretty much the basics of making an animation for Minecraft videos. So congratulations, guys! You made your world on Cinema 4D. You made the sky. You made a camera. You made a light, a solar flare, everything. So that is pretty amazing, guys. So if I were to render this out, the view right now, it's gonna do whatever. And so I will insert a character from like insert a Minecraft guy just to show you what the possibilities are you could do with this, just stuff like that. Like, yeah. So like if I wanted to, I could have the guy starting off by like making a face and then like walking forward like my previous. So like, yeah, it would come from like down there and then you like see the solar flare over time. So that is pretty much it, guys. I mean, there's nothing really much else to talk about. Oh, one more thing, I guess. If you wanted to create words, you go to create, and then you'd go to, or actually no, you'd go to MoGraph, and then you'd go to MoText, and that would pop up wherever, I don't know, and you'd move it to where you want, and then you'd type, so PSK Craft. There you go, and I'm going to change this to the Minecraft font. If I can find it, there we go, and I need to change it. What is this? Oh, I'm going to change the depth to like 40. Okay. I need to rotate it so it is facing us. I need to 90 degrees. Close to it at least. There we go. And now I need to make it bigger, so I will do that. 1000. Bam. PSK Craft. And if you ever wanted, so that's how you make words, like my scene, like my intro, and then if you ever wanted to add color to it, you do the same thing. Make a new material by double clicking the space or going to create. Double click it, undo specular, go to color, change the color to whatever you want. So like make it like a bright green type of color. And you can add different things like glow and stuff like that. You can add it so it's like a mirror, like it reflects. And then once you're done, you just drag it onto the words and I'll render it, and that is how you'd add words to your thing. And it would also make the shadow, which is also really cool. And so, you know, I might just render this out for you guys just so you can see what you can create with this, and I'll show you how to render it out too. But that is what it makes pretty much. So, yeah, as you can see, like, the PSK Craft popped up and everything. I'm going to click out, but that is what it does. So, if you've ever finished your rendering, like, the camera, like, you just want it to do this, that's all. You don't really want to add a character yet or anything. Then all you do is you'd want to go to the settings bar again and make sure that your save is right. And, yeah, that's good. Oh, and if you ever wanted to insert sound, here's another quick tip. Inserting sound to your video. I know this is all extra stuff, so if you really want to save it, here, I'll just do that real quick. Oh, you just click this button, and it starts to save. You go back to, click on the camera, and make sure that's clicked. Go to scene 0, and then just click this button right here, and it'll pop up a screen, and it will start going. And if it doesn't create a folder, because sometimes it automatically does it, I'm going to stop it. Then you're going to want to go back to settings and go to output, and change the frame. So come down here, so you want it from 0 and then want it to wherever you wanted to stop your thing. So like I'd want it maybe like 80. There we go. It'll be like a 2-second long video, but that is pretty much that. And I just X out and you click it and it would start rendering scene by scene, and it'd take forever. So another quick thing, if you ever wanted to add sound, was you'd go to the square and you would click the arrow down here and you click null and you'd make a null, and then with that null you would go to file and you'd go to view, you go to window and you go to timeline, and it would come up with camera. You just go ahead and delete all that. Delete. Wait, did I just delete the camera? I did, didn't I? Why did I do that? Wait, did I? I did, didn't I? Wow. Well, that was dumb. Don't do that, guys. What am I saying? I'm gonna have to redo this all. No. Oh well. Let me get like to there. Okay. I'm sorry. I just wasted like 20 minutes of your time. There we go. So, and I need to make the keyframe back here. Don't do what I just did. I totally forgot something, so don't do what I just did. Gotta make the keyframe at 0 again, so it'll do that. Okay. Go back to the null and go to the window and do timeline. And you're just gonna want to take the null and drag it onto the window. That's what you want to do. Then you would go to create and make sure this is orange, and go to create and special tracks and then click sound, and then you'd have a sound, and then you just upload the noise that you want. I'm not going to put a noise for video purposes for copyright, but you'd put that sound in there and you put the start time, and you'd X out of it, and then it wouldn't play when you like play it here, but it would play when you render. So that is it, guys. I will render the video if you want to really stay for the end, but that is really how you make a Minecraft animation. I'm not going to show you how to do the other animating with the people, but that is for other videos to figure out. But yeah, so I will render the video, and I guess I will be back in a few hours, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. So yeah. Okay, guys, so I'm back, and I'm not completely finished. It's been like 3 hours. So here's just what has happened so far, and I'm not going to let it go all the way, but that is pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions. Peace.